All right, so I'm going to send the live stream link, Ms. Tomlin, just in case you're having, if the difficulty persists, please continues. All right, just give me a second there. So we're on the live stream now. All right, so I'm going to send the live stream link, Ms. Tomlin, just in case you're having. All right, Ms. Barkley, live stream link is there, right? Send it to you by WhatsApp. All right, good. So let's just continue here. All right, so we have our ebooks as mentioned before. We have for biology, physics, human and social biology, chemistry, principles of business, principles of accounts, mathematics as well. All right. Now, Schoology is what we use for our weekly asynchronous work, and that's where you get your assignments. And I'm just going to use one student. I always using this student. And which subject are you doing? Which subject is your area of choice? Ms. Tomlin?
Mathematics, information technology, and principles of business. Accounts, sorry.
Okay. All right. Mr. Michaels, you heard that? All right. All right, so let's go. So I can use a mathematics one then. All right, all right, so here we go. Let's use the student account. Right, there we go. All right, wonderful. So we click on courses. So this is in Schoology. All right. And when you get your enrollment letter, it directs you exactly how to create your account, etc. All right. You don't have to worry yourself about that. No, so we go on.
One moment, Mr. Bernard.
Yeah, go ahead, Ms. Barkley.
Please let Miss Tomlin know that I send the link. Miss Tomlin, I send you the link just in case you get kicked off. You can view via Zoom, via YouTube.
All right, she got that. All right. So when you go into your folder, all right, so Mr. Michael, this is your tune, all right? All right. Now in each folder, you'll find your content, and for some teachers, they'll either place your content as a PowerPoint or a video tutorial, either created by the teacher, or they might borrow it temporarily, but give you the best quality material that you'll need to be able to learn and develop the skill that is required. All right. So I'm just going to play a sample of what videos will look like. All right. So here I'm going to play it inside here. All right. So you can get an idea. I'm going to show you now that.
Okay. Now here we have one whole. We have 1/2 and another half. So, what is a fraction? A fraction is a part of a whole. How to name a fraction? Steps to name a fraction.
No, not going to play the entire video, just to give you an idea. Now, whenever you're using a video tutorial, right, it's actually an instructor who created the video. So just as in a regular school, you need to treat these recordings like you're in a regular school, face-to-face school. In a face-to-face school, you tend to use mostly two senses. And the two senses that you tend to use is hearing and seeing. And the same with the audiovisual, you use hearing and seeing. However, for the video purposes, you have to pause the video for it to be interactive, pause the video. And of course, you also need to carry out the instruction given by the instructor who is narrating the video itself. So once you pause the video, you carry out the instruction. You'd have had your notebook beside you, your textbook, whatever it is, material you needed, and your worksheet as well, and ensure that you carry out the instruction. Then you begin to play the video again.
Number 1. Count
Right?
the number of
And then you
equal
see
parts in the
exactly
whole.
if it is that you had, in fact, followed the instructions correctly. And that is how the video becomes interactive. Good. Of course, some of the videos are actually created to consider students who might be in
Do you know how to find the
plus one. The students who like the whiteboard teaching, it's also a part of the video as well, and so forth. So the important thing for the video to be helpful to you, then you have to naturally pause the video, follow the instructions, and you go along. Of course, some students tend to replay and replay until they understand. You have that option too. All right, so this is how you get your content. We're working on developing comic strips, right? Working developing comic strips, put our content on within comic strips. We're working on that, just to give you a little idea of how things look. All right, so here's an idea of where we're going with our work. All right, okay, so let's proceed further. No intention to stay long. All right, so you have your where you find your content actually. Now, students are required to do projects. All right, we try to implement as much learning, teaching and learning approaches to ensure the best result for you as a student. So mathematics project, of course, and a student from Grenada did a project. I will play just one or two of our videos. Let's check in this one.
In today's presentation, I'm going to be doing a video to see how many regular size water bottles can hold this gallon bottle.
All right, we'll not play out the entire video actually, but this is just to show that even though you're on you're a part of an online school, I mean, whatever happens in a face-to-face class still is possible to happen online. So our students do projects that we assess them and guide you, because the plan or part of our vision is to ensure that our students develop critical thinking skills, being able to communicate, and of course, if you're a part of a group class, collaborating groups, and of course, most importantly, your creative skills. All right, good. So you're expected to do projects as well. Okay, moving further along. So of course, we have built-in worksheets, right? We have built-in worksheets because there are some students who may not have, based on the device that you may be using, you may not have enough space on the device. So we consider all of that, and therefore we start to put our materials in the system itself. All right, so we had a different course that we had designed where persons had to download their Excel worksheets, that is for mathematics or for accounts. But of course, we decided to just put the worksheets in the system so it's get easy access and easily submitted by our students. All right, so you have different questions there. If you're using a a desktop computer or laptop, then you can always zoom into it and see much better. All right, good. So we're going to move further along now. As I said, no intention to stay too long, right? All right, so let's resume. All right, so we're going to go back out of that. All right, so let's go. All right, so we go back to computation again. All right, and so that's how we have the thing set up. So you have your content, you have your project, you have your worksheets, etc. And of course, you have a test to do at the end of each unit of the syllabus. All right, wonderful. All right, so we're going to move on now further on. All right, good. All right. No, so let us continue from here now. All right, so this is for the mathematics, and same approach will be used for all the subject areas. All right, so let us continue from here. Now we're going to go to our live worksheets. I'm going to go to our live worksheets. Now, what is it that the students get to do during the class time? Now, this is like a live session. So what we call class time or contact time or virtual face-to-face time is by way of using Zoom, and the students get work to do as well. So when you click on that link, it takes you straight to the student account, but I'm going to do it from the teachers section. All right, so got this. Let's go to that. Change account quickly. All right, so here. All right, so we just showed you one of the students' work, and here's the student here. We had a previous class today actually, and of course you can see that if you're a one-on-one student, your books will be personalized. If you're in a group, then you just have the subject area on it. So let's look at our maths work, and of course today, so you have been seeing our grades across the board. All right, now if you could see that there are some low grades. Now, so when you see that low grade, now the teacher now has that begins to teach, because but wait, this is where Crystal is having a problem. So guess what? We have to look at the areas of weakness that Crystal is displaying right here, where the Crystal go wrong. So you are learning, you're practicing, and you're learning at the same time. Good. We watch your progress each day, each week, to see how well you're progressing, and you can see it yourself as well. So therefore, you do work during the week on your own. You do work, of course, during class time, just like in regular class. She gives you class work. This is like your classwork experience. All right. I hope Ms. Tomlin was able to hear me on YouTube. I don't know if you were able. If you have any questions there, if you're able to jump back on, you can jump back on into the section, the class, the meeting, and ask your questions. All right. So just let me know if you have any questions. You can pose those questions. You can pose those questions to Ms. Barkley, and she or myself, or be able to rejoin the meeting, Ms. Tomlin, and let us know what it is that you'd like to find out otherwise. All right. Otherwise, that is really it for orientation. And if you're interested, they can continue and pursue and complete your registration. All right. So now I'm going to end this meeting and the streaming of the meeting, because we have come to an end. And thank you very much for joining this meeting.